record. Okay, and while we're waiting to go live, let's play let me get this louder. Okay, we are streaming and screaming. Dance with me, Bill. It's the day before Halloween.
I'm wearing my costume.
Nothing spooky here. We are live.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. It's someone's day.
Celebrating you in this
Special way. Who's here? One of my good new friends.
Hey,
Bill W.
happy birthday.
Mine was 3 weeks ago. I don't know why I'm so happy doing this show. It's just a happy time. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra. We will just tell them to calm it down. Thank you, Orchestra, very much. That was a hard stop. I'm Bonnie D, and this is my good friend Bill W. Bill Williams. And Bill, as always, I'm going to ask you to tell everybody in 2 minutes who you are, what you do, and tell them how we met. That might be fun. Go ahead and welcome
Well,
Bill.
we met because I was on one of your other shows. You were talking about my book, 20 Years of Internet Humor, and I made you laugh, and you liked laughing, so you asked me back. Hey, such a deal.
Tell me about your book. How did you write a book about 20 years of humor on the internet? What started it all?
Well, for 30 years ago, when the internet first started, I was managing a group of sales folks in the Midwest. And they all had email, but nobody ever read it because it was something new.
Yeah.
What do you do with that? And so to get them to read their email, I started sending out a thought for the day, something humorous, something inspirational. And it worked. They read their emails. And it worked even more because they made more sales with it because they shared some of these stories with their clients. And the client said, hey, could we get on the list? No postage on email, so why not? And today, 30 years later, I'm still sending out a free thought for the day to anybody who would like to get it. It comes out first thing in the morning, so you have something to look at and smile to start the day. I've got readers all over this country. I've got readers in Europe. I've got readers in Australia.
You got me.
I've got you. Thank you, Bonnie. And
where can people find it? First, to tell people, how do they get on your list, and then finish your sentence. Go ahead.
Okay, you can get on my list by writing an email to me, bill@internet-humor.com. You have to have the hyphen between internet and humor.
The regular hyphen, so it's BILL dash INTER.
BILL at.
BILL at, I'm sorry, BILL, the at sign, internet dash humor, correct?
Correct. .com.
INTERNET-HUMOR.com. Okay, there we go. Bill at.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead, finish.
No cost. Hey, it's free. And if you don't like it, just tell me and you'll get off the list. No big deal.
And
But 20 years of internet humor. It's available at Amazon. It's a Books A Million, Barnes & Noble. All the bookstores have it. They may not have it in stock, but they can order it for you. And the second volume should be coming out in November.
Well, good. And I have to tell everybody, I get Bill's thought of the day during, is it 7 days a week or just 5 days a week? How often do you do it?
I promise 5 days a week, and sometimes I send out a weekend edition.
Oh my goodness. So that's the bonus. Well, I tell you, sometimes Bill sends jokes, cartoons, and they are adorable. Sometimes they're anecdotes. Sometimes they're, apocryphal stories that maybe somebody made up, but that are making the rounds of the world. And they're always interesting. And some days I read it and say, and some days I read it and I write back to Bill and I say, wow, that was great. Right, Bill? So
absolutely. I love to get responses from readers.
I know you do. Well, I'm one of your responding readers. And speaking of that, let me go and start my show here. So
it's about time.
I know. But we're such good friends. We just love to talk with each other. And by the way, wave hello to LinkedIn, hello to YouTube, hello to Facebook twice. Here we go. Pop the confetti, light the candles fast. Bill, I told you, not near the computer. It's happy birthday to you and to you and to you, and we hope it's a blast, the right kind. Bonnie D on her Scarlet mic and co-host Bill W. Williams, too. Dishing celebration gold with a fun POV, point of view. From icons on the screen to social stars who soar. We'll share what they're known for and maybe their pre-fame lore. Wacky holidays you've never heard before. We have a lot of or rhymes in here, plus music milestones you're bound to adore. We've got candles and sparklers in the other room, frosting on the cake, a delicious, delicious blend only Bill and I could bake. So buckle up, darlings, a fun show's in store. HB2U is lighting up October 30th with glam, bam, and more. And let's get started. I have the starting date for October 30th events in music history, and I'm starting off with 1968. Everybody should have known this one, and you probably all will recognize it. Marvin Gaye released I Heard It Through the Grapevine. I murdered that one already. His first number one single on the Billboard Hot 100. It was his 15th solo hit, his first UK number one single. The song was written by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong. I know the name Barrett Strong. In 1966, so 2 years before, and the single was previously recorded by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, as well as Gladys Knight and the Pips. That's a lot of royalty for singing that song, don't you think, Bill?
I sure do. And let's go to 1971. John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band's album, Imagine, reached number one in the UK and the US. The album contained 3 tracks attacking Paul McCartney. I didn't know that. How Do You Sleep and Crippled Inside. Early editions of the LP included a postcard featuring a photo of Lennon holding a pig, in mockery of McCartney's similar pose with a sheep on the cover of Ram. The front cover photo was a Polaroid taken by Andy Warhol.
Wow, that's a lot of glitterati and glitterati there. Let's move ahead to 1982. The Australian band Men at Work, their song, Who Can It Be Now? Forgive me, Bill, becomes their first number one in the US and number 45 in the UK. I guess we liked it better than the Brits did. Bill.
Moving up to 1988, Nirvana singer Kurt Cobain smashed his first guitar.
And he went down in history for all kinds of other things. In 1990, Guns N' Roses singer Axl Rose. I like the way he spells that, AXL. You know, Scrabble won't allow that, and Words with Friends won't allow AXL. So anyway, Axl Rose. He was released, I thought this was interesting, on $10,000 bail after being arrested for allegedly, guilty until charged, hitting a neighbor over the head with a bottle. I don't know whether it was a wine bottle, a Coca-Cola bottle, a detergent bottle. I don't know what. The incident happened after the neighbor complained to police there was loud music coming from Axl Rose's house, so he got out on bail. Somebody forked over the 10 grand. Oh, Bill.
I'm so glad.
Me too.
Yeah, 1998, all 4 members of Black Sabbath were reunited to play Paranoid on The Late Show with David Letterman. Guitarist Tony Iommi, drummer Bill Ward, bassist Geezer Butler, and vocalist Ozzy Osbourne.
And we just lost Ozzy a few weeks ago. Yes, we did. So anyway, okay, 1999, the next year, in an early attempt to show video on the internet, this is something that was probably you may have known about, Bill. Neil Young cybercast his annual Bridge School benefit. I guess he did that for a school he attended early in his life. Fans who had modems that could handle the event saw performances by, wow, The Who, Pearl Jam, and Brian Wilson cybercasting a video. Can you imagine in 99, 26 years ago?
Yeah, that's something that a lot of folks would never have known about.
That's right.
Moving up to 2007, the Eagles released Long Road Out of Eden, their first studio album in 28 years. It was available exclusively at Walmart, Sam's Club, and on the band's website.
I find that interesting in this day and age. Well, there must have been, I don't know when Napster came along. I don't know when iTunes came along, but that's only 18 years ago. And they were selling it at Walmart and Sam's. Okay, well, I'm sure it did very well. The same day, the same year, October 30th, 2007, Forbes reported that Elvis Presley had regained his crown. Oh, this is sad and good at the same time. Is the highest earning, can't say the word, past celebrity, P-A-S-S-E-D, not P-A-S-T, but both. A celebrity with an annual income of $49 million during the past year. John Lennon ranked second with $44 million. Charles Schultz, who created the Peanuts cartoon, was third. Beatle George Harrison was fourth with $22 million. And Kurt Cobain, we just mentioned, who was passed by this time, topped the list in 2006. Amazing. That money just keeps pouring in, Bill.
It does. I wish I had some of that.
I know.
Hey.
And artists, too. Look at all the famous artists whose paintings are selling for millions and billions of dollars, and they've been gone for hundreds
Centuries in some cases.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
2015, Adele went to number one on the UK singles chart with her recording smash hit of Hello. The track was streamed 7 million times in its first week, breaking the streaming record previously held by Justin Bieber's What Do You Mean? The track topped the charts in 36 countries, including the U.S., where it held number one for 10 consecutive weeks.
And Adele has certainly made her claim to fame as one of the top charting singers. Beautiful, beautiful. I watched one of her concerts on TV a couple of years ago that was, I believe, streamed live. And she wasn't happy with the pianist or one of the accompanists, and she stopped and said, "Stop, and I want to start again." She has very high values for her production quality. So there we go. Now let's go to one more. Let me see, what have we got here? I think we're all good with that, right? And let's go to, did I do this one? No, another Forbes list in 2019. I had two of these. Forbes list of top earning, again, past celebrities showed that Michael Jackson's earnings dwarfed the others for a seventh year in a row. Now, the last time I read this was 2007, so this is 12 years later. He earned $60 million as streams of his music rose to, Bill, are you sitting down?
I'm ready.
2.1 billion streams. Billion. Money continued to pour in from his back catalog of songs. Elvis made a mere 39 million that year. John Lennon, 14 million. Who's counting? George Harrison, 9 million. Oh, well, I guess their heirs were not doing that well at that time. Okay, so that's it for the music events. You ready for me to start the birthdays?
Let's
Bill?
do that, Bonnie.
Let's do that. Okay, today, Grace Slick. Hard to believe, 86 years old. I can't even say it out loud. American musician. She's an artist. I didn't know that. 4 decades in music. She was a prominent figure in San Francisco's psychedelic music scene from the mid-60s to the early 70s. Initially performing with the band The Great Society, she achieved fame. Come on, you all know. Lead singer and frontwoman of Jefferson Airplane and the spin-offs Jefferson Starship and Just Starship. Jefferson Airplane's 1967 studio album, Surrealistic Pillow, included the top U.S. Billboard hits White Rabbit and Somebody to Love. I remember those songs. With Starship, Grace Slick sang co-lead for We Built This City. I know that one, and Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. She released 4 studio albums when she was an independent artist. She retired from music in 1990. That's quite a while ago, Bill. And she's active in the visual arts. In 1996, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of Jefferson Airplane. Happy birthday, Grace Slick. Good for you. You've got a really, really, really famous one next, Bill.
The Fonz. Henry Winkler is 80 today. He's an actor, producer, director, and author, best known as Fonzelli and the hit sit. My mouth is not working properly. Fonzarelli on Happy Days from 1974 to 1984. He studied theater at Emerson College and the Yale School of Drama and spent 1.5 years with the Yale Repertory Theater. After a small role in the Mary Tyler Moore Show, he became a star playing Fonzie on Happy Days. And then he helped develop the original MacGyver television series and directed Memories of Me in 1988 and A Cop and a Half in 1993. He's acted all over the place. He was in the film Heroes and Night Shift and Scream and Waterboy and Click and The French Dispatch and Black Adam. He was Barry Zuckerthorne in Arrested Development, and Eddie Lawson in Royal Pains, and Dr. Saperstein in Parks and Recreation, and Gene Cousineau in Barry. He was all over the place. He drew on his childhood struggles with dyslexia and co-wrote the children's book series Hank Zipser, adapted into Hank Zipser TV series, where he appeared as Mr. Rock. He's written 3 memoirs. I thought I'd been doing a lot, but he's got me beat all over the place. The Other Side of Henry Winkler. I've never met an idiot on the river, and Being Henry, The Fonz, and Beyond. Before he became famous, he was outgoing through the class comedian and had constant anxiety over schoolwork. And he failed many classes and had to repeat geometry 4 times. And he finally passed it in summer school and got his diploma by mail. So that means you don't have to be good at everything.
Hard to believe. Henry Winkler is a fixture in TV, a fixture in comedy. That voice, that face, he's still all over the place. Happy, happy, happy birthday, Henry Winkler. You are the Fonz and Beyond, and that was the subtitle of one of his books. Happy birthday also to the actor Harry Hamlin, who is just a mere 74. Actor, author, entrepreneur. He played Perseus in the 1981 fantasy film Clash of the Titans, which he reprised in 2007 Santa Monica studio video game God of War 2. And as Michael Cusack in, everybody remembers him from L.A. Law as Cusack, and his recurring role as Jim Cutler on the AMC drama Mad Men. Mad Men. Man. I remember that. And John Hamm and so many stars. Before fame, Harry Hamlin graduated from Yale in 1974 with degrees in drama and psychology. Isn't that interesting? And that enabled him to become quite the actor. Who's our next birthday star, Bill?
Well, Kevin Pollak is 68 today. He's an actor, comedian, impressionist, and podcast host who's appeared in over 90 films. His role included Sam Weinberg in Rob Steiner's A Few Good Men, Jacob Goldman in Grumpy Old Men, and its sequel Grumpier Old Men. He was Todd Hockney in The Usual Suspects, Philip Green in Martin Scorsese's Casino, and Bobby Chicago in End of Days. He briefly hosted Celebrity Poker Showdown in its first season in 2014, and he began a recurring role as Albin Bilitnikoff on the CBS sitcom Mom. From 2017 to 2023, he played Moshe Mizell, Midge's father-in-law, on Amazon's The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. In 2019, he appeared as Douglas Mason in the Showtime's Billions. And from 2016 to 2022, he played a recurring role in Better Things. He didn't get bored.
Happy birthday, Kevin Pollak. I got to tell you, he was wonderful in Billions, but he was great as the father-in-law on Mr. and Mrs. Maisel. Really, really. And we have one more birthday star, Matthew Morrison. Very talented man. A lot of you may not know his name, but you would know him if you saw him. 47 years old. Talk about a baby. Actor, dancer, singer, best known as on Glee. For goodness sake, he played the teacher named Will Schuester. I think he revived the Glee Club on that series. He starred in Broadway, on Broadway, off Broadway, including the original Broadway cast of Hairspray. He starred in the musical The Light in the Piazza or Piazza. He starred as J.M. Barrie in the original broadcast cast of Broadway, Finding Neverland. He starred as the Grinch in the 2020 production. That's very nearby, isn't it? 2020 is only 5 years ago. NBC's 2020 production of Dr. Seuss's The Grinch musical live. Before fame, Matthew Morrison was at NYU. He appeared on what? Late Show with David Letterman. He must have been famous already. And Total Request Live. He was one of 5 members of a fictional parody boy band called Fresh Step, an act that was conceived of by the Late Show writers. So happy birthday to all of you. And we've got 4 social media stars before we get to wacky holidays. So let's go. YouTube. This is S. Diesel, Sdiezel. He is all of 34 years old, Bill. He has 11 million plus subscribers. And on
That's
TikTok,
more than I do.
Well, me too. Together, you and me. And on TikTok, that's YouTube. On TikTok, he has a mere 3.6 million. He's a content creator and personality. He's the patriarch of the Familia Diamond channel, where he and his family share their daily lives and daily adventures through vlogs. They do pranks such as, I wasn't sure whether to include this or not, dressing the kids like adults. And his video, Letting Our Kids Turn 18 Years Old Gone Wrong, had 11 million plus views. He and his wife pretended to switch ages with their kids. Their latest YouTube releases, their videos, Bill, often receive a few 100,000 views in the first few days. Can you even, Bill? I'm sorry. You better continue. I'm without words for a change.
I am not a blogger, so
Oh, this is vlogs. This is video vlogs. So it's
I
even
know.
more. I know. What you got?
On TikTok, Lily Shilaya is only 27, but she has 3.2 million followers and 215 million likes. French TikTok personality, she's known for beauty, fashion, and style, including advice on how to dress with a Parisian flair. She's unboxed products from Lancome, and she became a brand ambassador for Oh My Cream. Her October 27th, 2022 makeup tutorial had 1.5 million views. I didn't watch it.
I didn't either, but I might have to. On Instagram, we have happy birthday to a young lady named Marta Diaz. She's 25. She has 3.3 million followers on Insta and 6 point something million on TikTok. She posts fashion, lifestyle, and beauty blogging, including modeling and travel photos. And Bill, she has also ridden horses competitively as an equestrian. Happy birthday, Marta. And you've got the last one. Who is it?
I do. On YouTube, Angie Velasco is 27. She has 6 million subscribers on on YouTube and 2.3 million on Instagram. She's a Coke lover, a Coca-Cola lover,
Thank
and
you.
tried making it at home. In 2019, she got a Coca-Cola bottle tattooed on her right arm.
I think they all deserve that's a happy
Yeah.
birthday cheer for all of the Oh no, that's just for that. No, we're not closing the show. Okay, there we go. Well, happy birthday to Angie, Marta, Lily, and S. Diesel. Are you ready for our wacky holidays, Bill?
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Candy corn day, because it's the day before Halloween. Candy corn, if anybody has been hiding under a rock and you don't know, it's a small pyramid shaped candy divided into three sections of different colors. It's waxy and its flavor is based on honey, sugar, strawberry, and vanilla. I didn't know they had strawberry. It's a staple of, you can probably buy it at Staples. Fall season and Halloween in North America. The colors are traditional yellow, orange, and white, representing corn on the cob. I've never seen corn on the cob like that. I wouldn't buy it. And the fall harvest with wide yellow end resembling a corn kernel. Bill, tell me more.
Originally, the candy corn was made by hand with a mix of sugar, corn syrup, and water cooked to form a slurry. Fondant was added for texture, and marshmallows were added to provide a soft bite. The final mixture was heated and poured into shaped molds with 3 passes, one for each of the 3 color sections.
Oh my goodness. And I want you to know the recipe is similar today. Candy corn is still made with sugar, corn syrup, which a lot of people don't want, salt, sesame oil, honey, artificial color and flavor, gelatin, and a confectioner's glaze. Bill, you shouldn't listen to this. A glaze made of LAC resin, which is a bug secretion. I just think we just killed the sales. But go ahead, Bill, rescue me.
You can't kill the sales of candy corn.
You're right. You're right.
It has a reputation for polarizing responses, referred to as a Halloween's most contentious sweet, which people either love or hate. Maybe it's the bug secretions. I'm not sure. The National Confectioners Association deemed October 30th, the day before Halloween, National Candy Corn Day.
Well, let's go. That's today. Let's go back in history. In the 1880s, it was originally called chicken feed. It was invented by the Wonderly Candy Company, an employee named George Renninger in 1888. And then the Golitz, Goelitz, Golitz Confectionery Company, which is now the Jelly Belly Company, started manufacturing the product in 1898. Bill?
Later, 19th century, along with other agricultural-inspired treats, U.S. confectioners sought to market candy corn to a largely rural society. Buttercream candies were molded into nature-inspired shapes, including chestnuts, turnips, that was a big seller, and clover leaves. What made candy corn stand out was its bright and iconic tricolor layering.
There you go. Let's move to the early 20th century. 100 years later, it was a penny candy. You could go into a candy store and say, I have 3 pennies in my pocket. I'll take a couple pieces of candy corn. It's called bulk confectionery, advertised as affordable and popular. And they're now saying you could eat it all year round. Don't wait for Halloween. Okay.
In the 1940s, companies began using clear cellophane bags to keep their candy corn fresh.
I don't know why that would be. I don't know what they were using before. I would have thought the clear bags let people see it, so they're more apt to find it and buy it. In 1997, there was an episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch on TV, a Halloween episode called "A River of Candy Corn Runs Through It." That's a take on something else very famous. Go ahead, Bill.
Right. 1950s, people began handing out individually wrapped candy to Halloween trick-or-treaters.
There you go. That took us back in time. Let's move forward to 2016, 9 years ago. Annual U.S. production of candy corn. Bill, I hope you're sitting down because this will crush you. Not Candy Crush. 35 million pounds, which is almost 9 billion pieces. That was the production rate in 2016. Can you even imagine what it is today, Bill?
Well, today I can tell you, because while Jelly Belly Company still makes candy corn, the largest manufacturer is Brock's Confections. That's owned by the Ferrera Candy Company. Brock's makes approximately 7 billion pieces of candy corn per year and sells 85% of the total candy corn industry during the Halloween season.
Well, wow. Well, happy. What's the day now? It's Candy Corn Day. I don't care for it. I don't eat it. It's too sweet for me, which is a surprise. But everybody enjoy your candy corn. Billy, you have one more holiday and you're going to start it off for us. Go ahead.
National Haunted Refrigerator Night.
Woo! Okay.
1000 BC, they started harvesting ice for various purposes. The Greeks, Romans, and Hebrews stored snow in insulated materials to keep their food cool throughout the year. So
And yeah.
refrigeration goes back a long time.
It doesn't. We're going to go through the history briefly now. 400 BC, moving ahead, the ancient Persians invented a system to make ice in winter. What? And store it through the summer. What? In a hot desert climate for purposes including, as Bill just mentioned, food preservation. Thank you to the Persians. Bill?
And moving up to the 18th century, ice houses in England. English servants store ice in underground rooms where it's flannel wrapped and packed with salt to keep it frozen until summertime.
Wow, I wouldn't want to taste that. In 1755, Scottish professor named William Cullen, Cullen, designed a small refrigerating machine. What an interesting invention. But the amount of ice he created, not enough, so it didn't do too well.
1806, Frederick Tudor, founder of the Tudor Ice Company, has success exporting ice from frozen New England ponds to hot countries all over the world. This made him one of the richest Americans of his time and earned him the nickname the Ice King.
Wow, let's move ahead 60 years to the early 1860s. Americans are introduced to the early version of the refrigerator called the icebox. That's
I
when
remember those.
Yes, naming was 1860s. Naming was very practical in those days. They became common among not only the upper class but the middle class. It was, and this is interesting. I didn't know this. Made of wood, Bill, and lined with metal like tin or zinc. The walls were hollow and packed with insulation such as straw, sawdust, cork, or seaweed. Wow, the ice was delivered by an iceman who drove a horse-drawn wagon using heavy metal tongs to hold and carry the large blocks of ice. A large block of ice was placed in a compartment in the top of the icebox. Did you know that, Bill?
I have seen those. I have seen the Iceman. The Iceman, when he came, had a big leather covering on his back so that he could put the ice on his back without freezing himself.
Wow. Okay, the Iceman cometh. You've got the next one. Go ahead.
1913, the first electric refrigerator for home use was the Domlery, invented by Frederick Wolff, which was a unit that could be mounted on top of an icebox. Mass production of self-contained refrigerators began in 1918 when William C. Durant, he also made automobiles, introduced the first one with a built-in compressor. These refrigerators are considered a luxury for even the wealthiest Americans. And then Whirlpool introduced the single units, which required less installation and less maintenance, and that was a success.
Yes, and let's move ahead 14 years to 1927. GE released the Monitor top refrigerator, the first affordable, for everybody on the block, first affordable household refrigerator, making it more accessible to, I don't know who this was, but they called it for the average American. Bill, let's wrap this.
Hey, here in the 21st century, American actor Thomas Roy and his wife decided to create a haunted refrigerator night as a whimsical, unofficial holiday to encourage people to clean out their refrigerators and confront the mysterious, long-forgotten leftovers that have taken on a new life of their own the night before Halloween. They've created more than 75 holidays in all.
Wow. They're responsible for things we don't know about, have never heard about, and maybe will want to celebrate. And I have to tell you, when I was growing up as a teenager, we had a summer house on the South Shore of Long Island. We weren't wealthy, but my dad was a doctor, worked very, very hard, very intense radiology practice, and they bought a house on the South Shore of Long Island on a canal. We had a boat, a small cabin cruiser, and we went away for the weekend, Bill, with people from the power squadron that was called the boating club, and we go to a local beach, part of Jones Beach, called Tow Bay, and we would dock at the dock, and we'd have bonfires, and we'd play charades on the beach. It was wonderful, but my point was we needed to refrigerate our food on the boat for the weekend, Bill. So Dad bought, I don't know where, a block of ice that went into the little ice box on the boat in what was the galley, which was just, I think, a little two-burner stove and a sink, and that was it. I think we had a toilet on the boat too. But the point was that if you looked at night in the refrigerator at the ice, it had phosphorus in the water that was frozen, and it would light up in beautiful colors, almost like fireworks, blues and greens and yellows and oranges in the phosphorus in the ice. Have you ever seen ice at night like that, Bill?
I have never seen it with that, but in the 1950s, when I was at a Boy Scout camp, That was the type of refrigerator that we had with ice in the top and, the wooden frame and all that sort of stuff in our Boy Scout camp.
Yep. So going back in history, let's close this out. Let's dance. Thank you, Bill. Always a delight. So many birthdays. Now we have self-cleaning freezers, self-defrosting. We don't have to do that anymore. Remember when you had to defrost the freezer?
With the hammer and chisel? Yes, indeed.
All day?
Celebrating
And
you in this special
hail, the water from the
way.
melting ice.
Life is smile.
Wave goodbye.
Celebrating you in style.
Oh, we got style. Thank you to the Suno Orchestra, Bill Williams. It's always a delight.